Okay, we're ready. You good? Oh, wait, you good? You good?
No, go ahead.
You can start. Okay, so what's up, y'all?
Hey y'all.
So you know what? I'm gonna jump straight to this conversation. This is a topic that's so dear to my heart. Why you there? It is. It's a topic that's dear to my heart because I feel like it's something that I went through, you know, as a Black woman here, you know, and I just feel like it's something that I'm very passionate about. And I feel like there's other people here in this, I don't want to call it a panel, but you know, here at the lounge who probably feel the same way that I do. So, you know, like colorism, how it's very, it's a big thing here in America, not even just in America, overseas as well. I really want to talk about that. And I want to get y'all perspective on it as well, and if you experienced it, because I know I have a lot of stuff to say about it, but like I said, I'm going to facilitate, so I want to have y'all kind of speak your mind on it. And I'll just put my input too.
As the most melanated person on the panel today,
True.
We give a snaps to that.
I have experienced it. I've also had to kind of learn to love myself, my color, and not make bad decisions like maybe other people who were melanated in earlier days that really didn't respect themselves, that may have black knuckles and light skin now. Like,
I'm glad you weren't just like that bleach. Like, I love your melanin. Like, you're
So,
gorgeous.
but you know, growing up, that was not what it was called. Being younger, I was not gorgeous. I was not melanated skin. I
And you
was
were raised here?
blacky. I was dark skinned. Yes, I was. Even in Ghana, when I lived in Ghana and I was in school, they still make dark jokes. Like we do as Africans, make dark jokes.
But okay, now I'm curious, but I feel like this topic is something where I can't, like, I have to respect the perspectives of everybody that experienced something else.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, so in Africa, I've heard, like in Nigeria, I've heard dark jokes, but it's, again, this is my perspective, and this is where I want to understand how someone else views things versus this perspective. Now, I had a white mom and a very black dad. Like, you light skin, compared to my dad. And my white mom loved her chocolate man.
As she should, baby. When you older, you understand
yes,
it.
she came all the way to Africa, gave birth to twins. Me and my twin sister.
You're a twin?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Africa.
sister or brother?
Sister, yeah.
You look alike or identical or fraternal?
Fraternal, we look alike.
Okay.
Sorry, someone said, is she single?
Yeah, I think she's single. So my perspective was, I just looked at melanin as beautiful because, why? Because my mom was sprung on melanin. No,
Yes,
I mean,
I
obviously
love
she
that.
didn't love my dad just because of his color, like, duh.
But she appreciated you.
That was, the visual from a kid, that was one. And two, in Nigeria, the thing that stuck out more than skin was if you have access to the outside world, if you get passports, you know, from America, something like that, you know? So that or money. So my dad was a politician, had a white mom, which meant it was obvious that I had a foreign passport. So to me, I didn't notice the melanin issue. Now, I'm not saying that wasn't obviously an issue, but I always connected it to the reason why people thought light skin maybe might have treated some better, maybe, was because they thought they had access to passport, not because of color. Like, because I definitely saw some beautiful dark-skinned girls. Like, I would have crushes on guys who liked a girl that was dark-skinned. So I don't know.
You grew up appreciating a color. You know what I'm saying? You grew up like seeing that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, dark skin didn't start getting popular until maybe like 2005, 2010. I personally think so. Yeah, there was beautiful dark skinned women that I grew up watching who did not get appreciated until now. They're getting appreciated now, like because of dark skin. Nobody was appreciating Naomi Campbell but us. I like Weck. Look at Ducky Thought. They're twins, but Ducky is like Hey,
Definitely, yes.
everybody, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But do you know who Alec Weck is?
Who?
Alec Weck.
It sounds familiar, but I can't.
She's like a
place.
Sudanese model.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I know you.
I mean, no, she's.
I know Ducky for sure. I like Ducky.
But wait, so you were born in America, right?
I was born in America, but I did.
So you
it was
had-
the same problem in Ghana.
So you were in Ghana. Did you get special treatment because you were, you had
From
American
America, yes,
passport?
I did.
Yeah. So how could you tell the difference between the skin color and the passport? That's what I want to understand.
Because there's still people that are lighter skinned. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's like a bad treatment of some sort because I'm dark skinned, but we're even amongst your classmates, boys are gonna go for the light skinned girl. Like it's really just something that people do. That people were doing back then. Now we appreciate publicly a lot of dark skin. So it's the norm, and I'm so happy for the future generations. But I feel like there was definitely, especially I'm 34, about to be. I feel like when I was growing up, dark skin was not appreciated.
Can I say something real quick though? In rebuttal to not rebuttal, but are you considered dark skin? I don't know what.
Everybody
Very
goes.
good,
I don't understand.
very
You
good
probably have been
Very
discriminated
good
against.
question.
Oh, I thought I was dark skinned. I swear.
Very,
I swear. I swear. I went to.
But that's
I came
normal. I
to.
actually
I came
heard
to
this.
America. I went to a white school, and I came from Africa to white school. So, I mean, I just was like, oh, I'm black. Okay, I'm dark. I just thought.
And you were treated
dark.
a different way,
Yeah, I
right?
was treated
Because
different,
you-
but I thought I was treated different because I was African. I didn't know, but I definitely thought I was dark until I think Tasha was like, "You what?" I'm like, "No, I mean I'm black." Like, and she like,
yeah.
I thought we were
No, but I would
She's like,
consider
"You're
myself
saying
as
the
dark
same
skin.
thing."
Hold on one second. I will consider myself. I always consider myself as dark skin. That's just something I've always just said. I mean, obviously,
Not
you can
brown
tell. I mean, yes, you can say I'm brown, but I don't know, for some reason I just always seem to consider myself as just being a dark skin woman. But
What happened?
I
That made
don't know. I
you do
just
that?
feel like to me, I don't know. I feel like if your brown skin is like maybe you're more so like on the caramel side.
Coffee, toffee.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, not coffee, but toffee.
Yeah, that
Toffee,
caramel, you're right.
caramel
Caramel,
topaz.
like-
Yeah.
Like someone like
Like,
Janika's.
I'm
That's
new.
light skin.
You have yellow, but you're still darker than some.
No, he's light skinned, but I'm saying like someone like Danica, I would consider her as like a brown skin, like a true brown skin.
But you're brown skin.
I don't
You
consider
are
myself brown. I
There are
consider
some people
myself
like
dark
that.
skin.
There are some people like that.
I
Though.
wouldn't.
But to kind of piggyback on what you're saying about preference, my person, that's just how I look at myself.
I mean,
As far as
I have a
hold on, I'm speaking. As far as preference, when you're saying you feel like right now dark skinned women are being more appreciated by like black men or whatever, I don't think that at all. To be honest with you, I feel like if you're gonna put a light skinned woman and a dark skinned woman in the same room, more than likely the man is gonna more so be more attracted to. It's the truth. Even if the dark skinned woman is 10 times more attractive than the light skinned woman, because I've had situations. I'm not considering myself the most prettiest woman in the world, but there have been times where I'm in a room with someone who's lighter than me, and I know I'm more attractive than that person, but somebody's going to be more willing to approach her or want to talk to her opposed to me. I want to get the same attention compared to somebody if I'm with a lighter skinned person. And it's the truth. And it's still going on. I don't think it's ever going to change. I feel like people are going to always be more attractive. It may not be something that you think that you're doing, but I just feel like psychologically it's just something that is more appealing to you.
Is it most guys or is it slow guys? I'm not being funny.
Good question.
I don't know.
Tyra,
Good question.
being
No,
funny.
no, I don't think that because as dark as I am, I honestly can't relate to that because I feel like I get appreciated so much more for being this dark. Now, growing up, it was a different story, but we grew up.
Right.
So now, as an adult, I'm not worried about no light skinned girl in the same room as
So-
me.
I'm not.
What she said and what exactly what he said. It's what my best friend is light skinned. Like she's short. She doesn't really have the body like I have. But she's light skinned. She's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm beautiful too. But growing up in DC, you light, you can get hollered at anybody. But I was never looked at. I always felt ugly.
What about the ugly one? Like,
That was
you tell me-
then.
That was then. But now, I want you to try. Bitch, we on the same level.
I don't even
I'm not
compare
like
myself
dark-skinned or
differently.
anything. I never thought of myself as a dark-skinned person. I just you know, you saying you're dark skinned. I mean, yeah, we can see her and see him. They're light skinned, but I never looked at myself as a dark skinned person. I just always said,
Y'all brown
"Oh, I'm
skin."
brown. I'm darker than most. I grew up in school. I literally was the only black kid in all my classes from kindergarten to 4th grade. So for me, I knew I was black, but I didn't think I was the darkest or anything because there were Asians, there were white people, and all the kinds. There were different shades, but I knew that I was the darkest one. But I never considered myself as light.
But if you don't meet the brown paper bag test, you're going to be considered as just being
brown
black as
paper bag
hell.
test, is that-
Not in
That's
2021.
that's how I feel.
Okay.
I'm just talking about just in culture.
So my question is this, right?
I don't think you can ever experience it because you're light.
Yeah,
So-
that's why I feel like
I
I
do
can't really
believe
talk.
that you probably have been darker. Like you said, you went to
To
all
another-
white school.
yeah.
Yes. I
There's
felt
darker Indians than black people.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I will tell you
that
this.
go through the same thing.
Yes.
My older sister was engaged to an Indian, a light-skinned Indian, and one of the tensions in their relationship was, and this was before, I know not all Indians are like this at all, but his dad, who was also dark-skinned Indian, ironically, did not approve of their relationship. They wanted to get married, and she would be arguing with him like, "No, I'm lighter than you," and he'd be like, "I know, I don't want the dark." Like he would actually be explaining it, and so, I mean, I'm aware to extent, but I just look at it very. It's an alien thing to me. So like it's like you understand that it's there, but it's like I don't know how to take that
I mean, I think
But let Felix. He wanted to talk.
So I have two questions, right? First up, let's talk about the money, right? Do you guys think that at your job place, or your workplace, that you will get treated differently, than he would? That it's,
You asking me?
yeah. So I'm asking you.
Personally, and this is just me, it might sound weird. I don't think my skin color affects too much in my workplace, but I don't believe that it can. I believe that my work ethic speaks for me in my job place. So I get the same treatment. Even if I don't get the same treatment, I'm going to get the same treatment.
Right.
Now, we've been here, talking about dark skin, light skin. What about the albinos? Like, have we ever,
They're mistreated.
And
Yeah, they're
what about
on a
them?
whole
They're
different scale other than us.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
they are going through it
Mhm.
way more than anybody. It's something that's never gonna go away. This dark skin thing, and light skin. It's never gonna go away, and we have to just accept that, and just be us. Just be you, do you, If a nigga walks in this room and he sees her, and he goes for her or her, does not make any difference. Okay? Everybody has their own preference, right? On who they want. Like I might want her. I might want her because not because she's dark skinned. It's because it's something that I want.
Yeah.
It is my personal preference, right?
I agree with that. We
Okay.
don't talk about that growing up.
Exactly.
Like I thought growing up, I have a type. No, I don't. Like I do not.
It changes.
My preference is not so physical on, you have to be light skin, dark skin.
Yeah.
It's something way past that. So the dark skin thing, I think that has slowly died over the years. It's not.
I don't think so.
I wish.
Especially here in the South.
It's not going away.
It's
not going away
You know what I'm
anytime
saying?
soon. It's not going away. We as humans have to accept, like literally, like we have to come to a conclusion that it's like racism. It's not going nowhere.
And it will never go nowhere.
Until everybody's
It's
the same
never-
color,
it's
always
never
gonna be
gonna
As long as there's differences,
differences.
you
It's
always.
never gonna go anywhere. That's that point blank. When you have kids, you have to groom them.
Soon
Listen,
everybody's gonna be mixed race.
this
And
world
what's
is
the problem?
fucked
That's
up.
why
Like,
Okay.
listen,
Look, that's why.
Are you
Everybody-
okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
Because I mean, me growing up light skinned, most people always look at me like I am mixed race.
You're not?
I'm not. See,
They expect
people
Did you
think.
feel any type of way?
I
I'm
always
gay.
feel like growing up. Besides asking them my name, the next question was, "What are you mixed with?"
Damn.
Okay.
Like literally through
Okay.
my whole
I will
life.
Thank you.
confess
Thank
that
you.
And to
Now,
me, but to me,
I'm
Finish,
gay.
let
to
Desiree
me,
finish,
knowing
y'all.
that,
I'm
gay.
gay.
to me, knowing that
Okay.
my father's father is your complexion,
Mhm.
and his wife might have had some mixed ancestry.
Yeah.
But my mother is Tyra's complexion. My brother is his complexion, and I'm the lightest one. So it's like
Generation after
it's just some diversity. I mean, melanin comes in all shades. I mean, so it's like
Exactly.
understanding that, but it got to the point where I was offended because it's almost like you're saying that I can't look this way without having that mixture added to me.
That's real. Question to that.
No, hold
No,
on.
he has a
Please,
question.
please,
You
please.
just stated that too, but I would
Sasha,
like to know.
He had a question. Sorry, and then
So-
and then after you can go.
So my question now to you is this: you.
Take my question.
How did you feel? You know, when they started asking all these questions. You know, if you were mixed with something.
To me, it was always like a loss in identity myself because it's like, don't I look black? And I'm black. Like, so it's like, you know, it was just, I just had to go so much harder to represent that side of myself.
Okay, now, did their opinion change anything about you?
No, because it
Good,
could.
good. Now, your parents, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know. Okay, so you say that you were the most light skinned, right, in your family. Okay. Did your parents love you any less?
No.
Wait, I was mentioning this to her that there was a time period that I don't want to say that it was like I just wanted to be dark skinned all the time. I'm saying there were moments that there was some jealousy in skin color and being like, I wish I was darker, but then I'm like, why? Why am I being why? Because I'm biracial, I'm Nigerian, I'm proud Nigerian, Hungarian, and there are times that I'd be like, if I want to be on a Nollywood set or something, I'd be like, they're probably not going to take me because I'm
It's
probably.
not really.
Oh,
Nigerian
Nigerian.
Hollywood.
It's
Nigerian
Hollywood. It's the second largest.
It's the largest.
Third largest.
Here we go.
Coming in.
No, worldwide.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
So,
really.
anyways, if I'm on set with, I know many Nigerians, and there will be times that I'll be like, that I will maybe apply for a role or audition for a role, and I just would feel a little pressure to look a little blacker, and I don't like that feeling. But I also know that, they're in Nigeria, they have all shades, even if you're not mixed, you can be Igbo, like, they got people lighter than me, straight 100% black, light eyes, everything. So I know that I don't have to prove myself, and I don't care if I'm half. I was born and raised in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like,
Self-love.
what do you want me to do?
Did you ever feel, I feel like somebody did
Self-love.
answer this, but did you ever feel as light skinned, because again, like I would say, you are light skinned. As much as you would consider yourself dark skinned or anything, but you're light skinned to me. But okay, now, did you by any chance ever feel embarrassed? I
wouldn't say like embarrassed,
Not
but
proud.
it was definitely. I would have to say that the worst treatment I got was from my own people,
really?
and I didn't know if it. And I had to grow up and understand that when someone dislikes you or hates you, that's really their way of saying they love you.
Yeah, I didn't
Because
mean
you
to
wouldn't
say
spend that
embarrassed.
much
I think
time
embarrassed
on
is, like,
someone
the
you
wrong
didn't
thing to
care
say,
about.
but-
So it's like, it was like a lot of like, we grew up in the South.
Did you feel like you got special treatment though from
I-
your brothers
I-
and sisters?
No, my brother didn't. I think growing up, colorism was always in the back. I think growing up, I was always closer looking to like the slave master than the actual
The one
brother.
that was inside of the
So
house.
this
and
like
not
they're
on the
mad
floor.
at me for like, I'm like, well, what can I do about it? So it's like,
Right.
but it wasn't until I started traveling more and going outside of this country. America is the most fucked up when it comes to color.
And they call us the melting
I
pot.
be in St. Martin, I be in Costa Rica, I be in places. Nobody is thinking about color and nothing like. Everybody's just relating so beautifully. When you come back to America, oh, oh, light skinned ass nigga. Oh, you think you better? Who are you? Like, what the fuck? Like, to
And
me,
you actually have a really good point, because honestly, call me naive or anything, and I've said it before, but I did not necessarily think of my color until I came to this state.
Absolutely.
I grew up in Zambia with a Chinese uncle. Uncle Hong is my uncle. But hello, I have so many Asian uncles that I don't even understand. And I come here and I'm thinking we're all one, but then I realize
very different. Skin tone is different.
why am I the
Hold on,
only
let-
one that
That's
looks a
his
little bit
laws.
different?
Let's
Laws were
define-
applied to skin color in this country.
I want to say something.
So I'm for the issue that's been going on for centuries of times ago, and to me, it's we found the solution, right? My brother himself is your complexion, and I'll show you the picture, and you probably laugh. You look exactly the same. He's your complexion. My sister is your complexion, but we look all alike. It's kind of weird.
Wow. Yeah.
I love stuff like
Same
that.
thing.
I love
That's
stuff
my
like that.
What we have to understand is that we live in a world with different shapes, shades, and everything. And everybody has their own preference. Men have their preference, women have their preference. You light skin, brown skin, well, shout out to the cast. I mean, at this point, look at us. We look completely different shades at this point. But what the main thing has nothing to do with how we look outside. It's all about the inside. I don't care how different we are here. My confidence has nothing to do with your confidence. Your confidence has nothing to do with mine. It's all about self-love. We have to learn to love ourselves. He's pointing to me earlier. Your parents never treated you no different. So what the outside world treats you has nothing to do when it comes to your workplace, relationships, or even yourself. It has nothing to do with your complexion. Even when it comes to business. We go from white to Indian, we go from shades from there and come all the way to the dark. It doesn't matter because money is green and oxygen has no color.
The blood is red.
And the blood is red. So with that point, let me finish this point. It's very, very important. Because this is the solution. It's just like the way you eat your steak. You want it red, medium rare, well done. How you want your suya, how you want your plantains, how you want it doesn't matter. Who I find attractive and who I want determines on how I feel about the inside of my character, what I see. There's beautiful girls on the set, different shades. And that's why I say shout out to the cast. Because if you pay attention closely, there's shades here with the men and women here. We have light skin here, we have brown skin, and you want to see some dark if you like. And we have dark here, we have brown, and we have light skin. At the end of the day, just so you know, 95 or 98% of this cast is actually Africans. I don't know where you're from. But if you do not know, starting here to the rest of us all the way here, we all Africans. There's some Africans who are white. I was raised as an African. And while white people don't even understand that. And we need to stop. And my thing is this. We can talk about the issue. The solution, like you both said, it ain't going nowhere.
It's not.
But if I may interject, I'm so sorry. If I may interject, this is what's going on right now. If nobody has really paid attention, we pay attention that there are certain schools that are trying to implement Black history, not just Black History Month, but just in general Black people, as far as how we've changed history. But there are certain people that are opposed to changing how that's being
To me,
taught.
there's excuses.
It is excuses, but you know what?
explain.
The thing about it is, it's happening.
I mean, it's
And
the
there's
system
nothing
of
else that we can do
America.
because, like I said,
It's an excuse.
We can't.
But what can you really do? Because people are literally getting shot for this. When, like I said, I came here and I didn't think color. I thought person. And so now that I came here and in school, I learned more about these white presidents than I did about the person who made a traffic light was a Black person.
A lot of people were Black.
He saved a lot of lives. But at the same time, they're not trying to teach that in school anymore because no, you're taking it out of Christopher Columbus, Pocahontas, and everybody else. We're
Which
not
were lies
existing.
half the time.
So now the thing
But we
about
have
it
so
is,
much more power now. Like
We do have
much
so
power.
much-
We can have our own schools now,
we
y'all.
have
Like we have
power,
so
but
much
at the end
power.
of the day, I'm who gives us power. Look, I don't know. Agree with me.
I mean, I feel
Abiding by the
We
law
have
and
power.
respecting
We
the
have
land gives you a
power.
lot
We
of
have
power.
power,
Hold on,
but we
y'all.
don't
One
have a
person
lot of
speak.
black people in
But
power
Power.
to change any
to
of that.
respond one of the episodes, which is Black Lives versus All Lives Matter, I said a very important point on there on the loud ATL, and I want to say it again right now. My color does not determine anything.
It shouldn't.
We could complain, argue, statement facts, history, Oprah, Denzel, Jay-Z. It doesn't matter anymore in 2021. If you don't affect my pay, you don't affect my day.
Amen.
But it's
So
Period.
why?
Like that.
First of all,
Amen.
we all are wearing our own clothes. We afford it and pay for ourselves. Some of us has kids, some of us has apartments or homes. We have to stop, period. Just stop. It's internally. I appreciate you. You are the most beautiful girl, period.
Thank you. Y'all make sure I get a close
Period. Period. So with that being
But
said,
it's a time for me to
stop
realize
it.
that.
No,
Stop it. We need to stop it.
But
There's no buts.
no, it's not okay.
I mean, that
No,
was
That's,
in the
it's
point.
not. I'm not trying to say but.
Say it. Say
The
it.
thing about it is, like I said, we have power.
Okay.
Things have changed. There's just not enough black people in power to continue the change
Disregard.
because as of right now,
Disregard.
if everything, I can try to disregard as much as, hello, I was the only black kid in all my classes. But point blank, the thing is, there are still a lot of people in power that can still just veto your bill,
Now watch it.
whatever.
Now watch it.
anything
Nobody
like that.
prove your point.
Exactly.
Okay?
Oh no, prove it now.
And-
But like
and-
it. So that way I can feel a little
I got some.
I can feel a little
I'm
bit
upset
better
about that
because
too.
there has been radio talks and everything talking about by the year 2026 or
2050.
beyond.
Yeah,
You remember,
yeah.
I was talking to you about it. They're talking about literally eliminating black people succeeding
Now-
and being
Oh yeah, it was
business
20.
Yeah, I
The
got you.
average household
I
income
got
that
or
you.
will
something
be
will
zero
be
and
zero
everything. Exactly.
for
I'm
black
like,
people.
so
By
the thing is,
2054.
what are our black people going to do? Are they reading enough to make sure that that doesn't happen? But at the end of the day, there's still too many other people of color, none like us, that are making sure that that actually happens.
Is that real though?
The Chinese dude who was trying to run for president in the last term,
Yeah.
he went on the Breakfast Club and talked about it. And he said by a certain time, the
Black
average
people will not.
household income will be zero. And to me, I thought to myself, the only way that can happen is either black people
need
not
to be in
working or black people ain't here no more.
Was
Guys,
that
guys,
what's his
God.
stats? No,
Guys,
what's his
guys,
stats?
focus,
I
man.
need to know this.
Come
What's
on.
his
I
stats?
mean, I
Y'all
mean,
smart
at
as
the end
hell.
of the
Come
day,
on.
Were his stats based on
Guys.
ownership?
We're smart
What
as
was
hell,
the
but
stats
how come
based
people
on?
are not
Because that is
taking
ridiculous.
that action?
Like,
People still feel that they are not as important. No, not okay. Some of us, like us, we know we're important enough to make a change, but there are some people that actually got the money and they can make a change that are still a little bit scared because someone else who's
There's no way you're making
that got more
money.
money.
Listen,
That is just like
I got an
oh,
answer
no.
for that. It'll take 30 seconds to respond.
Take it.
30 seconds. Coming down. Forget Google.
No,
Forget what
I
you
just
guys
wanna see where-
30 seconds. I promise you. Silence for 30 seconds. I'll put my point in 30 seconds. Forget Breakfast Club. Forget Google. Forget what the Asian man said. If I marry a white woman and we have a kid, that kid can never be white again.
It's black.
And guess what? I have the 30 seconds. I did it in 10 seconds.
That's it.
No,
It's
let
black.
me get you wrong.
I was about to say
I'm
that.
wrong.
No, you're not.
No.
Let her counter
No,
you.
no,
though.
I knew I was important, but I didn't think I was important enough for random ass people to come into my inbox and say, that man, that white man will never respect you. His family will never accept you. And all you're doing is wiping out the black community. Oh, I had hate messages out the ass.
Right. Y'all
That-
from
All I
Africa.
heard was
Y'all from Africa. Y'all grew up in Africa. I grew up in the South of
There are people
America.
that
It
are
is white
hatred.
people who will never like. Look, wait.
Will
Let me
never.
tell you why white racism will always be here. For one, we are the dominant genetic race.
Amen.
If we wanted to extinguish the
somebody said it.
white race, which is the recessive genes of the world, the only reason they really are existent is because they made them with us. If they only made it with themselves, they wouldn't have enough diversity to kill diseases. They would be like their cousins, the Neanderthal, and go extinct.
And then, okay, and then let me also figure out,
You made a very big point.
So it's always gonna be racism.
Right.
It's survival. They're trying to survive.
Let me get you on this one though. As I was dealing with this white individual, he had a son. His son was half black. Okay, his mom was black and German or anything, so she wasn't all the way right. But his dad was white and Colombian. I've talked about it before.
Yeah,
anyway, but anyway,
reference
so
season
now
1.
run back. Anyway, so no, for the simple fact that is, no matter how much I became part of his life as a black individual, trying to teach him, about black culture, especially when all that, the what's the I can't. It's there at the tip of the tongue when all the loitering and Black Lives Matter was going on. His dad didn't teach him about all of the Black Lives Matter, because when he goes out there, he's very light skinned. You could probably cross him for a white person, but when you look at his hair, he's a little mixed with something. But the thing about it is, this guy, when you talk about once you go black, you never go back. Yeah, we'd like to think that way. But this guy does not ever look at a black chick. This guy likes Spanish chicks and white chicks. And guess what?
Liked you.
No, I'm talking about his son. At this point, this is his son. This is his son now. This is his son who is mixed, who I've taught about black people, who his mom has talked about black people. But for him, he still wants to be with a white person. But within that, it's going to be washed out. Again, just the same way white people feel like they're washing out the whites. The white people can be washed out too.
Let me respond.
So you say it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
Can I respond directly?
Of course you will.
All I heard was personal story.
Thank you.
Personal stories, make up realistic things.
I didn't cut you off.
Continue now.
All I heard was personal experience. That's what I heard. Yeah. How many people are in the world today? Is it 9 billion now? Is it over 8 billion?
Oh, no.
We don't know. Let's just say 7 billion.
What?
Which is the number that we all been known for a long time. Probably 9, 10. Who knows how many?
Okay.
We heard one story. My point is this: we have to heal. Sorry for what happened to you. Sorry for the white man. Forgive him on TV. It's over.
I love you.
I love you. It's gone with you.
It's not over.
It's not over though. That's the thing. It's not over. It's
It's
never
not
over.
over.
Let me finish my point. I mean, 30 seconds when you're coming down. I want to finish my point.
Okay.
Nothing's ever over. Now, I'm speaking to you. Racism ain't going anywhere. Slavery ain't going anywhere. We always can remember what they did. Light skin, dark skin, me and you are completely the opposite. I shake your hand. I know you didn't even know my name. We both have curly hair. Life goes on. It's about accepting what it is. The system, police reality, dark skin, light skin. Listen, man. We have to live. We have kids to raise. We have to make money. And we have a generation to expand and learn and teach them. If we do not learn from that and continue the circulation, it ain't going to go nowhere. It's up to you and myself to raise our kids to forget about it mentally and emotionally and forget about it. But let me tell my point. There you go. But if we continue to think of it as an issue, me, I have no issue. And if you look at the episode from Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, he has to work. He's a white man. He has to go to work. He has to clock in. I don't clock in. I'm an entrepreneur. I work for myself. I don't clock in. I don't know what that is. But he had to clock in. He's a white man. He had white privilege, right? But I don't clock in. He got pulled over for doing a U-turn and got a citation and got dropped off at home with the cop. But a black man went to jail, probably killed. My thing is this, bro. You consider yourself black, you're a black man. You think you're dark skin? Dark skin. You might think you're brown, you're dark, whatever. As long as you love yourself, it doesn't matter what I think of you. What you think of me is none of my business.
So let me y'all. Let me say, because I've been sitting here listening to y'all, and I'm loving all the different perspectives.
Moderate that talk for us.
And I'm loving all the perspectives. So you're saying that not forget about it, but we shouldn't make it a big deal. So, but what about when it's always constantly thrown at your face? How can you forget about it? Because let me give you an example. Because I had somebody that I was talking to, right? And we were having a conversation one day, and I'm sure he's not going to watch it because he never watches the stuff that I do, so this is good.
Oh, shade.
So,
Y'all lost.
So,
She is a
he told me that, and we were together this time. He told me that he wants to have a child with a white woman. And I'm thinking to myself, how are you gonna? You're my boyfriend. How are you gonna tell me to my face that you want to have a child with a white woman?
That means
Let me
Let
finish. You know, to me, I'm just thinking to myself, like, how could you say that to me? I'm right here. I'm a black woman. How could you dare say that? And he says, who doesn't want a light skin? You know, who doesn't want to have nice looking light skinned children or something like that? Who says I want to have a dark skinned child? And I'm just like, that really offended me. You know, and I got offended, and I told him about it. He was like, "Oh, you know, we're supposed to be friends. You know, you should be my friend as well. I should be able to tell you anything or whatever." And I just took it, and I was like, "Whatever," because I didn't want to have a fight. But you know, this guy, like, I think I was the I am the darkest girl he's ever dated, and I know that because I, of course, as a girl, you do your research and whatever. And even one of his closest friends or somebody told me that. Yes, I can tell. And I feel like the way he treats me, if I were lighter, he would be a little bit more loving towards me. But because I'm not maybe his type, I'm not really as favored. Yes, he may date me or whatever, consider me as his girlfriend or anything, but I'm not married to him. You know, he's not really doing things to show me that he really cares about me. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like certain things like that, it just makes you feel like, dang, if I looked a certain kind of way, maybe this guy would like me, or maybe somebody will approach me.
And
you understand?
Please, me too.
Well, let her respond first.
One, two,
Okay.
three.
Now, he sounds like a strange
Asshole.
dude. And I'll be honest, if somebody did that, I mean, if he said that, I mean, even if I was white and he said that, I'd be like, ooh. But that's another story. He just seems strange. Period. So how are you going to tell that to somebody that you're dating? You guys know. So that seems like just a strange thing. I don't even know if that's colorism. I don't like. He's beyond that. But let's just put that aside. Like, that's another thing. And I'm sorry you went through that as a fellow black woman.
Yeah,
that's
for
very
sure.
painful.
That's shitty.
It seems so lame.
Yeah.
What's his
I hope you
address?
really are watching.
What's going on? Where's he at now?
So, yeah, but you never
That's
know.
why you can't read no
So,
more.
but I will say, back in college, there was this guy. He was so fine, and I mean, we just literally had a very little fling. Like, first date. This is what was strange. First date, I remember he was like this, and it didn't click because I didn't understand colorism. He did this.
Color.
Sorry. He was like,
Color.
he said this. He's
We'll
like,
make sure.
Did you really?
I like that, and I was like,
So
just like a little
Yeah,
bit. I was
Bristol
straight
Now,
up
what
this.
was
I was
their
like,
complexion though?
he was darker,
Okay.
but he was like, I like that, and I was like,
Yeah, he likes me.
And you know,
and I didn't understand.
So
He said that, so I just let that slide, but I didn't understand that till later, and then, but he that wasn't the only strange thing he did, because I think I might have asked again, like, what did you mean by that? Like, what is that? He's like, nah, I like that skin. I was like, is it that I have skin? Or like, I don't understand. But I just was like, so then,
I like
it's like, yeah, I was like, okay, he liked this, but I let it, I didn't understand, let it slide. That was like the second time. Then he did some other strange things like, you got a credit card? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, buy me a phone, like. And I was like,
that was a real nigga.
I was like, buy you a phone, but I mean, it's a credit card.
What's your
I
last
tell my
name?
money. He's like, you got a credit card. I was like,
This was in Nigeria or
no, it's America. Then, so that is number 3. No problem. I'm like, he was still fine. You do little crazy things. Stick around. But it wasn't long. I will tell you, it's within a couple weeks. And then there was just some other strange things, but he was super strange. And I say all that to say, like, eventually I just let it phase out. Like, he just did some weird things, like playing games, like not calling me, and I was like, oh, okay, bye. Like, you're strange. And I'm saying all that to say that this guy with that weird mentality also said the skin color thing. So I'm like, he would have phased out to a light skin, like your dude. I'm wondering, he probably doesn't last like with light skinned girls or white girls because they're strange.
Judge.
Yeah, they're strange all in all. You know what I mean? So I wonder, and correct me like if I'm seeing things like insensitively, but the way I perceive it is, if you think like that, you're probably, I don't want to call you low caliber. I don't like to insult people,
No, follow
but your way of thinking is very basic.
Basics.
And I'm not trying to sound like, but it's very like, yeah, like, I don't want to call it barbaric, but like
Low
weird.
self-esteem.
Guys.
Yeah, so I'm like, what I feel,
Are
Insecurity.
you saying
That
what
I know you. You and
As a
I are
melanated
fighting.
person,
Never
I just
respond.
respond as a melanated. It's gonna be really quick. I dealt with that when you did that thing with your skin. That was so triggering for me. You know
For
what I mean?
real?
I like as a girl, like
That's happening to you?
being cool and being like I've always had male friends, but sometimes the male friends liked me, but because I was too dark for them,
They wouldn't date.
they would do that same thing and put the arm
they
next to
did
me
that?
all the time.
I
That's
only experienced it
so
once, and I thought that was
triggering.
weird.
It's just so it's an insecurity that they face. There's men that like bigger women and they pick on big women because they have an insecurity. It's just an insecurity.
My inside is
It's
better
okay.
than yours.
Guys,
It's
guys,
beautiful. Okay, let's define.
Say
something.
we have to learn that we're living in a very toxic world.
I mean,
Men and women, we are all toxic. And dealing with our own demons. So that experience you went through, first of all, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You are beautiful.
very.
What you went through, come on, let's do it. It doesn't matter. You are beautiful. We have to learn how to deal with this and move past it. There's going to be good experience and bad experience. I've dealt with it too. I'm a proud African. But when people tell me you don't look African, I get insulted. When people say you look good for a dozen years, that's an insult.
Those
I say I hate that word. Matter of fact, I think we all have dealt with something here. So I want to go around the room. And I want everybody to say just what you went. Don't explain it. What is the one thing they told you? So for me, they say I don't look African. What does that mean? You probably you look good for a Dawson girl.
That's a basic one. I don't think that's the big one.
I want to go there for a reason.
When people look at me and they see that I look like how I look, the main thing is, oh, where are you from? I'm from Adamsville, Georgia. Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Where you from? I'm from Adamsville, Georgia. But even though I'm Ghanaian, I love it.
But you have
let me get to my point, y'all. Let me get to my point.
When you talk to me.
Let me get to my point, right? You look Dominican. Have you got that before? Puerto Rican? Okay, perfect. You look mixed. Have you got that before? You look good for Dawson. Have you got that before? I'll skip you. But my point is this. People are going to judge.
Yeah. You're right, for sure.
People are going to call you names. I sound like African for real for a second.
Call you names.
But my point is this. I have healed from the world. I don't care what I wear, what I look like. You cannot change nothing about how I think. This is straight facts. Follow me on Instagram and we can watch it. If we all can think that way, I swear to God, success will come your way. You will make so much money. You'll bless your family.
1,000%.
I'm not trying to be a preacher right now, but this is straight facts.
Do you know what sucks though? You said something, but I've even had African people tell me that I don't look African or I don't sound African.
And you don't. That's
So weird. What? How? You know, you sound
They
different.
You look like
say,
Decatur.
oh no, I'm around you guys, so it's.
You look like Decatur.
But no,
African
like
look
when
No,
growing up in
Oh, we
DC,
want to go there?
growing up in DC, everybody be like, you don't look African or you don't sound African.
Okay.
Most of the times, actually I have a Valley girl accent apparently. Everyone's just like, oh, you sound like a white girl. Even the white guy that I was dating would tell me that he sounded whiter. I sounded whiter than he did. And I'm just like, I don't understand. No one's ever gonna be happy. As you said, no one's ever gonna be happy. What's settled in? But one thing that I've always wanted to know is like, for me, I met you first season.
Yeah.
I saw you. I literally did not say anything. I just was in my head about who you were, what you were doing, what anything. I could never guess that you were half Nigerian. And I'm an African. Talking about another African.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you said something, I said, oh shit. This girl is Nigerian. Like, what the fuck is going
Okay, so
on?
can you answer this question? So what does an African look like?
Exactly.
Let's go there.
Good
That's
question.
what it look like. That's the
Good
point.
question.
Let's go there.
And I would like to answer. Last time I checked, Africa's a continent.
Yes.
not a country.
Not a country.
That's it.
What is
That's
it?
the first part.
And to go there, how do Americans look like?
Exactly.
Okay.
So
You can see the
no.
difference.
Yeah, don't come for me, because I will come
Yes,
back.
you Yes, you can. So I mean, I've always been into like I'm a real like I feel like to me sometimes I feel like I'm look like all races in a way. So I always analyze people's faces, their accent. I be telling people they'll start talking. I'm like, oh, what part of West Africa you from? How'd you know I was from West Africa? Oh, because you're speaking French and you have a dark skin tone and you might have a little bulbous to your nose.
This man is
African-
cultured, ladies.
Most African Americans are almost Seminole.
Yes.
So it's like, and I do that with other people, and they're like, huh? So me, I've always just like analyzed, because I'm really into people, whether people know that. I like people. I'm a people
You're
person.
a people person.
Because I like people, and I'm a good person, and people like me. So I always look for what I want to know about a person, besides just what they can show to me. Let me find what's special about you. But like I'm saying, Africans do have a certain look, because to me, wait. Remember, my family, we were the Africans that were brought over here. We've been over here 400 or 500 whatever years. So we have a different look because we were mixed underneath the dominant culture, which was white folks. And we don't have as much of the African look as African people. That's why we had to have the show. Why do Africans and African Americans don't get along? Because we might have the same origin, but we descended so far from.
I can't ask you that question because I feel like
But what's the question?
You're just very worldly, so I don't think I can ask you that question. I just want to kind of pick a random Jim and Jack, because it's like it was us Africans that dealt with Americans calling us African booty scratchers and everything. So we felt some type of way. Like I thought we were the same. We look the same or anything. But have you ever looked at us
We've
differently?
had different. I think why a lot of African Americans are going back to that. At the same time, I think we was like, y'all didn't come for us.
So
You didn't come and get your people.
No.
We were over here, like, I mean, I don't think people really understand they had slavery, even in Africa and all that, but I don't really think people understand how bad chattel slavery was.
Okay, we're going to talk about slavery next time.
And what, okay.
I love
I
this.
wanna go back to
Okay,
Africa.
but he's been itching to talk, so let him say, you can say, and then let's call it. That's what I think.
Okay, I'm just gonna look straight to the camera right now.
which one?
You and your look at the camera.
We love looking at
He
the
loves looking at
And I'm gonna stand up with my drink, and I'm gonna say this, right?
Put your drink down now.
Brother, first up, you are African.
I know that.
I don't give a fuck what
I like
you
that.
are
Yeah, I know.
mixed with.
I know that.
You are African.
That's what I love about
If I come out now and tell my woman I want to have a child with a white woman, guess what I want to do? I don't want my generation, my black, to die off. Like they said, or like they predicted. So if I'm coming out now and I'm saying to my woman, hey babe, I actually don't want to have a child with you. And I want to have a child with a white woman. It's because I don't want my generation to die off just like that. Now, when a black man have a child with a white woman, what is it? He's black.
He's still black.
He is
He's a traitor.
What your father is.
He is considered black.
Yeah.
Example, Obama.
And that's the same thing for vice versa.
Guess what?
though.
His mother's white.
His mother
White Jew.
is white, or was white,
Yeah.
but he is considered as the first black. Not mixed.
But isn't he still white though?
Hold on.
That's just the title they
Wait.
put on there, but
That's
he is a
fine.
mixed race individual.
That's fine. But
But his
This-
But would it be wrong
This-
to
this-
consider
this-
himself white though? I have to ask that
Yes.
question.
No.
So if
No.
Obama,
No,
okay, let's be
listen.
real quick. If
Oh, no,
Obama said I'm
siéntate, por
white,
favor.
is
Let's-
Tiger Woods, is it going to be is it wrong for him to say I'm white?
I wasn't even done talking.
I didn't know.
Wait, look,
No,
I wanna
no,
hear his
I want
point.
to talk because right now.
It's a good question to ask.
Hold on. So just one more thing, right? Guys, you have got to learn how to build self-confidence.
Thank you for coming to his TED Talks.
Self-fucking confidence says a lot about you. Me, what I'm wearing here, right? This is gold. I grabbed this by myself and I put this on. It says Black Lives Matter. Now, I will tell you this. Self-confidence says a lot about you. I got to work today, and I told you this.
Yeah, I know.
And a white guy was looking at me. Guess what? I actually opened up my shirt so that he could see it.
When he walked up to me,
He just
No.
stared.
That was
Literally, listen, he just stared at it for a second. I said, any problem? He said, guess what? I have that self-confidence. I have been discriminated against. And guess what? I still go to that same person who said that same shit. I shake him. Hey, that's because what? I have built that self-confidence and I don't give.
Do you spend your money with that person?
I feel like you
Do I
guys
what?
are
I have
very
The
one-
person that
different, right?
discriminates.
Oh no.
I have a question.
He is my boss.
Oh wow.
Guess what? I always tell him, listen, I work here, I don't work for you. I work for the company, and I'm here to better this company. And you are not gonna affect my money and how I made my money.
My opinion on that is a whole
I
other
have a question
episode.
for Tyra.
Can I interject you quickly?
I think we all have a question.
Really good question.
Cass, I got a question for you guys. It's just a yes or no. I just really want to go around the room.
Oh, wow.
If a white man is born in Africa, is he African?
African.
No.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, I was.
Yes,
wait, guys.
What do you
I
mean,
have a
baby?
point. I have a point.
one.
I have a point for a reason.
Yeah.
Because when she asked me that question, I really wanted to explain my reason. I want to go somewhere. Okay? If a white man, two white parents, travel to Africa, and she's 9 months pregnant, she gives birth in Kenya or Ghana, is that baby African?
Yes.
I'm asking you first. No, I don't want to explain. I want a yes or no answer. It's a yes or no answer.
If it's
It's
like,
a yes or no answer. No.
it's two European
No,
parents.
no.
No, they're not.
No,
African.
baby.
Guys,
So you
No.
say no.
Okay,
I say no. I say no.
He said no. He
I
said
say
no.
no.
He said
Guys,
no.
He said no.
I'm going to get to my point.
And he
And it's
said
going to be
no.
juicy.
Like
Was that a no?
Two Europeans and African.
I don't. No. Yes or no?
Yes or no.
Yes or
On
no?
tour.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Depends on the law.
That's what I'm.
It's a law. It's just a law thing.
I know it's a
Depends on the law.
Guys, let me stand up too. I gotta stand up too.
Black people that are not having
Yeah.
If a Ghanaian gave birth
Guys,
in Nigeria,
Hold on,
I
hold on.
cannot. No.
What's the law?
Guys,
Okay, you
I
guys.
can-
Okay, so she
guys,
answered hers.
guys.
I answered it. It
God.
depends on the law.
No, Steph,
This
right
is-
there. She's
Yes
going
or no?
next.
Say, what's your
Going
point?
next.
No, I need to go
Okay,
across the
fine, yeah.
room.
Yeah, she want-
So we got no.
Okay,
no.
if the law says yes, then yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
How
yes.
can you really answer
What do you mean,
that
what law? We all African. No.
No,
Your
it's the
passport,
law.
your citizenship.
If a Ghanaian gives birth in Nigeria, if the law in Nigeria is similar to America, then they're Nigerian. If the law is
We're
similar
not
to
going-
other countries,
okay,
then it's.
I'll respond to that.
Okay,
I've
let's
been,
go back.
I've been to all those countries you named. Okay.
See,
Yeah.
go.
I'm not talking about law.
Let's
Okay,
I'm not
yes.
talking about people.
continue
Ask her,
your
ask her.
question.
I'm
You're
That's the
asking-
next
I'm
question.
waiting. Okay, you know what? Let me
So
get my
yes,
point.
yes.
Get to your
You're
point. Get to
rounding.
your point.
You mentioned African.
He said
but
yes,
certain-
yes.
I know what.
So yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, say it. Say it.
No, it's okay.
No,
But
say
go ahead,
it. No.
Okay,
While you're
so-
deciding.
Just answer yes or no.
Don't
Let
be
him
like,
get
keep
his
on going.
point.
Come on, let's
Let
get
him
to
say
You
your
it.
point.
mentioned Africans about a certain nose
Yeah.
and skin tone or hair or
Yeah.
complexion. We having this talk for a reason. Where you're born, what you claim, does that really matter?
I mean,
No.
So back to my point I was trying to make, but we didn't get there because nobody wanted to answer the question directly.
Sorry. Yes. Mine is yes.
If I'm a white man with a white woman and I travel to Africa on vacation, and my wife's 9 months pregnant, and I give birth in Africa, my kid's technically African.
African
yeah, I
American.
mean, by
Sorry.
My point is this. My name is Stefan Duval. My first name is French. My last name is Portuguese. So I look African. I don't want that. When people, I said that earlier. I feel insulted when someone says you don't look African. What does that mean? That she look African more than me? I'm probably more African than her. She's born here. I'm born there. I speak 6 different languages in Africa. So how you gonna tell me? I got 3 passports. So my point is, so my complexion, how I look, how I dress, determine where I'm from. We need to stop that. It was my point.
This man is all
Honestly, you didn't have me, but she just told me. That was a valid
It doesn't
point.
make any sense.
Yeah.
I speak Zulu, Afrikaans, Swahili, Lingala, English, and French. How many do you speak? And you call yourself African, but you're still African. Then it doesn't matter if you light skin or get a bigger nose or dark skin. It doesn't matter. That white kid with a white parent who gets born in Africa, in Ghana, Liberia, Zambia, you're African.
By law.
But you move,
we're talking about descendants.
And my point, that kid comes to America, white guy, G-Wagon, high school, 18, and say, hey guys, guess what? I'm African. I was born in Kenya.
He's still gonna be treated better
It is.
because he's white.
It is.
So last time I checked, this topic was called
Colorism.
So the 18-year-old kid who's in high school playing football with a G-Wagon, who's 18, is a white guy. Hey guys, I was born in Kenya. I'm African. Are we gonna judge him?
Probably.
So
They will.
but guess what? Wait.
I'm not
The cop will say, "Oh, you African? Turn around. You're under arrest because white privilege, right?" My point is this. Back to, I always say this, back to the roots. I don't care what you look like, how thick, small, complexion you are. It's in here to accept who we are.
Right.
No cop, no judge, no law, no complexion will determine who the hell I am.
Just self.
I've said this many times, and I'm going to continue saying it, period. My day would not change if it did not affect my pay.
Exactly.
Ain't no cop gonna tell me or judge gonna tell me what's up. I look like a nigga. What is it? What is a nigga? What is that? What does that mean?
I'm so sorry.
I'm ignorant. I'm done.
No,
I'm
I
done.
love-
I'm done.
Listen,
I'm done.
like, I
Exactly.
love every point that you're making.
But
We're not in our place.
excuse me.
This is not our country. As much as America
And I
is.
disagree with that too.
This
This country doesn't belong to the white man either.
Listen, it doesn't. But at the same
Come
time,
on.
Wait.
Before you do that.
And the thing about it, I literally,
There's
there's this show, I cannot think of
I'm
the
done.
life of me, and everybody should watch it. It's on Netflix. Fucking A, bro. It's it tells you as explained or something like that.
Oh, something like that.
Something like that. Okay, so there's a thing. No, it's not something like that. I swear, I promise you. We'll link it below. Watch it. But we'll link it below. But it's something about, they literally have told us, you mentioned something about earlier about the appraisal and everything of houses or something. There is this scenario. There are people out there. There are people that are for us and not against, not really for black, or some people that are. But in this show, they literally tell you black people literally will be pushed to the side for when it comes to house appraisals, when it comes to bank loans, when it comes to anything like that. As much as we can sit here and say, oh, we came to this America, this melting pot.
No, we
literally we're melting in some shit.
ships.
Like, it does not matter what you try to do. This is not our place.
No.
Honestly, it's nobody's
No,
place.
it's nobody's
Motherfuck all of you.
This
It's
was
the
the
Native
Native
Americans.
Americans'
It
place.
does not
Native
belong
Americans' place.
Because they
And 100 million of them died so they could
people
have
are
it.
spiritual and a lot of people believe in other things. But if we actually all took the time to listen to a Bible, Quran, whatever it is, we came from one place. A lot of people believe that's Africa. So you're all African. White, black, Asian, or whatever you are. You're African.
Mankind.
And then wait, I got one. I want to make a really important
you're
point.
going
I want to
to
make a
that
really
country.
important point. Do y'all understand that Africa is not the original name of that continent? Do you know where Africa came
I know
from?
the answer.
What's his name? No.
Hmm?
The person who Africa is named after His name is Scipio Africanus. He was the Roman
I've seen
general
it.
who conquered.
You got them in Google, right?
No, that's in the Bible. That's all throughout. Because y'all do know it took Europe like 500 years to even get
So the thing is,
into
we're all
Africa.
fighting for shit.
But I just want to
We're all
know,
fighting
because
for
when we
nothing.
call ourselves like African, and I understand that, but to me it's still, because I do a lot of studying, it's like, they said the ancient name of that continent is Al-Bulacan.
Because
Can I-
a lot of
wait,
Egyptians
Which
found
means
out.
the motherland. That's what it is. So I just want to throw that little tip.
There's,
out
there's,
there.
there's a bit of education that we cannot downplay because they've researched it. We live there and we are accustomed to a certain thing. We think that that's what it is, but we live in Africa. We don't even know what the beginning is.
What the beginning
I have-
was.
So we have to acknowledge
It
the
used to be called
knowledge that
Ethiopia.
Black Americans really study
agree.
about our country. I really appreciate it. I
do.
love it.
So back to the colors in the Black community.
Trying to kill the Black community.
Hey.
No, I really appreciate seeing all the perspectives. And I mean, I want you guys to know that I definitely respect the fact that I might know less when it comes to how people are treated. I can only speak for myself that, I was treated bad in this area, but I don't know if it was, sometimes it was the same race. So I don't know. Maybe it was the opposite of colorism. I don't know, but I feel like as Black people, we shouldn't be like, well, you went through that. Well, people didn't like me because I was light skinned. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I'm curious, because my trigger when it comes to skin color, I recognize is less because the appreciation for the strong melanin was very strong in my family. So I recognize that. So as a fellow Black woman, as a woman who wants to be a part of like healing, our fellow, culture or skin color, I guess, I don't know how to explain it. And when I mentioned this and you were like, dang, that was a trigger. Obviously, I know you as a very confident woman. And I know that you're healthy inside and you've grown and you are aware of your beauty. But it made me sad to hear that because I was like, dang, this is really deep that even mentioning something that I consider so petty, be a trigger, it makes me wonder, okay, what can we do, or is there anything we can do as fellow Black women to help heal?
Nothing.
Do you know what I mean?
We all were raised playing puzzles, correct?
I would love puzzles.
Okay, puzzles. When you get a chance tonight or tomorrow, whenever you get a chance, I want you to go home and I want you to look at the entire world, okay? I want you to really look at it as a puzzle. I want you to look at Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, North America, and I want you to look at the puzzle, like when you were a kid. Put it together. It's called Pangea. That's what the world was many years ago. I happen to have a nonprofit, a movement called Pangea Natives. Means one nation, one race, one color, one people.
Is that a cult?
This is real fact. We raise a lot of money and feed a lot of homeless people.
Oh, I want to be
Yeah.
part.
I'll join it.
I want to be part.
It's big. It's on my social
I'll
media.
join it.
It's on my social media. I don't like to talk about it because we just do it for the cause. But go back to the puzzle. I want you to look at Asia, like I said, Europe, Africa, and put it together. It will actually fit. And it's called Pangea. That's what the world was. We are one race. At the end of the day, which is my closing statement, I want something else after this. We are one people. Religion, what you believe in, does not determine anything else. We all believe in some sort of high power. How thick you are, how slim you are, your skin tone, your hair, your nose, doesn't matter. We are all one.
It's
And that's my
say
closing
that,
speech, and I really want to, this is my last thing, don't cut me off, please. 10 more seconds. That I want to preach that because the world will continue if we accept that. It will not continue if we keep trying to find the issue of the cause. Let's move past it. I am healed not only from past relationships, from what the world has done. We can go into police brutality, the government, housing, education. We could get in there, but there's no need. Accept it and move on.
I have something to say towards that, and I appreciate you for, you're just, I love the fact that you're bringing solutions. A lot of the times we understand the problem, but we're not trying to find the solutions. And it's crazy. Me and my brother were just talking about that, but that's not that bad. But I actually also want to apologize because it's like the more we talk about, I have to realize something. We're all fighting the same battle, whether we know it or not. Light skin, dark skin. In the world of white people, we're all black. So at the end of the day, I apologize for thinking that you could be better than me, or that I could be better than you, or just the indifference of it all. Because regardless to other people of color that is not us, you're still considered black. You're still considered black. You're black. You're black. Whether it be dark skin, whether it be brown skin or anything, we're all black. Point blank period. What we don't realize is that we are all still trying to fight the same battles.
And that's
so
it.
I apologize for having to think that your light-skinned self can be better than me.
As far as colorism goes, we should be in a place right now where it's not a sad topic anymore. It's just everybody understanding that we are different and we need to understand our differences and appreciate them. Everybody wasn't raised the same. Everybody didn't have the same mindset. I do believe the different shades on here, if we're talking about colorism, the different shades on this panel could sit and say that bleaching your skin because of however society or prehistoric standards have made you feel like you're not enough. That's why you're doing certain things. Dark-skinned people are being appreciated now. I appreciate it myself. Yes. I love that my daughter is gonna grow. I don't have a child, but I love that my daughter is gonna be able to grow in a world where she's not gonna have to question who she is. And even if she does, because we're in a socialist country, it's just about being appreciating our differences. Light skin, dark skin, whatever the case may be. We all have our struggles. We are all beautiful in our different shades.
Amen.
Even if you are not melanated, there's just beauty, like you said, within. So let's lead with love and move forward, and let that be the topic moving forward.
I really want to hear from Tyra, because one of the first things that Tyra started with was that this has been an issue for her in her story. Yes. So my thing is, I'm talking specifically to the women, like as fellow women of different shades, is there even anything we can?
There's nothing that can be done. To me personally, there's nothing
sister.
that we can do.
No, yeah.
I feel like this is something that's gonna be an ongoing situation forever until the end of time. It's never gonna change.
So it's more it's not what women do, it's more what the men do.
It's not even just, it's just what people, it's just what's been instilled in people's mind. It's like I said, I don't think people actually know they have that mindset. It's just like psychologically deep down inside, they just
television is programmed.
Feel that if you're lighter, you're better.
As a actress, do you ever feel, because I've heard it through other people as actresses, do you ever feel that you are skimped on a scene or the role because you're dark?
That's a good question. I've never really thought about that. I would more so
Knowing
say
that you're capable.
I would more so compare that to being like to other white actors or actresses, excuse me. But when it comes to like the industry, they don't care about if you gotta be just white. It's just black. It don't matter if you're light or dark in the industry. You're just black. So you understand? But we're done. We're done anyway. We can talk. We're done.
I'm not saying anything. I just want to say one thing.
No, we're done anyway.
Before we done.
No, we're done.
My brother.
We can talk. We can talk.
Let me add this to my blog.
My brother.
Yeah, she got recorded.
Please stand up.
Yes.
Please. This is you. I want y'all to look at your shirt.
What is this?
I want you to read that.
Trust the fucking future.
Hey.
Sorry, give me a hug. I need everybody to give me a hug. I need love right now. Give me a hug.
You were dropping.
You should have said this.
Melanin.
Ludacris used to have a